So there I was, standing there in that wrecked MNU lab in Joburg, human again for maybe 5 minutes, screaming at Christopher through the comms, telling him to hit the brakes, reverse the Falcon thrusters, come back and make them pay for what they did to Tania. And then, man, I felt it. A beam of light, just like the ones that took the worthy prawns, wrapped around me. 1 minute, I'm in the wreckage of the city. The next, I'm inside one of the motherships, just like that. It wasn't what I expected, hey? Not cold steel and blinking lights like those MNU labs, those torture chambers. This was organic, vast, like being inside some giant, living thing. The walls seemed to breathe. The light was soft, pulsing with a strange energy. And there they were, standing before me, the council. Higher caste bronze, man, not like the drones we knew. Bigger, some of them, ancient looking, with these intricate glowing alien markings etched deep into their shells, like the ones Christopher had, but more complex, more powerful. They wore these strange, regal outfits, woven from something that shimmered like starlight, like nothing from this world. And their eyes, ancient, they looked at me, human Wickus, like I was a cockroach under a microscope. Christopher was there too, standing amongst them. His glowing markings seemed to pulse with a faint sadness when he looked at me, like he already knew the cack that was coming. These were the ones, you see, the hive mind, the brains of the operation, the ones who control the drone class, the workers, the fighters, all of them. How do they do it? They showed me. It's in the markings, man, glowing runes on their shells. Biotelepathy. Links their minds into one big consciousness. And the drones? They're controlled through pheromone receptors in their antennae, like insect queens in their colonies. Literal puppets, man. That's why they seem so empty sometimes. Whatever it is, they're in charge. Absolute and cold. They spoke to me. Not with clicks and chitters I couldn't understand anymore, but in my head. Their thoughts, translated somehow, appearing directly in my mind. A chorus of ancient voices, cold and calculating. They told me the story. They came back in 2012, just like Christopher promised, 3 years. They were here, cloaked in the upper atmosphere, watching us, testing humanity. They were divided, they said. Some elders, their thoughts sharp as obsidian, wanted revenge, wanted to glass the planet, make humanity pay for how they treated their people. District 9, District 10, the labs, the experiments, the mass graves. But others saw something else. They saw potential. They wanted to give humanity a chance. And my actions, they said, after the black fluid changed me, my actions would decide humanity's fate. They watched me, the human-turned prawn, becoming a prophet to the drones, telling them Christopher would return, urging the sellouts to resist MNU. They saw goodness in mankind, represented by me. They saw the power of belief, of resistance against oppression. That's why they stepped in when MNU and their sellout Takaloshes started the war in District 10 against my loyal prawns. They decided to let Christopher give me the cure, turn me back human, and take their people, just like he promised. The revenge, it would be averted. Humanity would be spared. But then, they saw me in that lab, screaming, my rage, my grief for Tania. Just when they were about to leave, I was the one who wanted the war. My pain, my demand for vengeance, it undermined everything the hopeful ones wanted. It gave the pro-war faction the justification they needed. My actions, Wickus, they echoed in my mind, gave us permission. Permission to unleash the curse. They showed me images in my mind. The motherships, massive in the sky over human cities. Not just Joburg, hey. New York, London, Tokyo. And yes, even Cape Town, the beautiful mother city hovering above Table Mountain. Dropping something. Files? Bombs? Detonating midair, forming these massive black clouds that spread like ink. And then rain, black fluid, raining down on the streets, on the people. The effects, brutal, man. They showed me the numbers. 70% died, just liquefied. Bodies dissolving into black sludge. 25% mutated, turned into lesser prawns. Smaller, weaker than the drones, their antennae permanently bent in submission. And 5%, they survived unmutated, immune somehow, carriers of a latent gene, the council called it, future breeding stock for hybrids. And the planet terraforming began, the air changing, becoming thicker, warmer, like the prawn homeworld. The plants, the animals, some died, yeah, but others, they mutated, twisted into something else. The finbows around Cape Town grew chitinous bark. Rivers ran with black fluid. Animals turned into six-limbed horrors. Even the Nelson Mandela statue at the Union buildings in Pretoria, overgrown with alien coral-like structures. Earth was becoming a prawn colony. Humanity was becoming the prawn. And me? What about me? I stood there, human again, surrounded by the council, seeing the fate of my species, the fate I unleashed. And some of the council members, their thoughts dripped with mockery. Your love is a chemical mistake, Wickus. We engineered it. You thought us lost? We were always here, watching. Your prophets called us gods, but gods do not beg. We command. They looked at me, this human who caused all this, with cold amusement. And then I thought of Tania, my Tania. She was a prawn, an outcast freak in a human world, but now the world was prawn. She wouldn't be an outcast anymore. The council looked at me, their thoughts, a question. What now, Wickus? You are human. You can leave. Go live out your days in the ruins. But I looked at the images of the new prawn world. I looked at Christopher, his sad eyes, and I thought of Tania, my prawn wife. I made my choice. I asked them for the black fluid. Again. The pain, it was just as bad the second time. My human skin ripping, the chitin forming, the mandibles pushing out. Fuck, the burning. But this time it felt different. It felt like coming home. I was a prawn again. And Tania, she was brought to me, still twisted, still marked by MNU's cruelty, her eyes hollow, her clicks submissive. She couldn't speak, not like before. Her clicks were just obedience. But she was my Tania. And in this new world, we weren't freaks. We were elevated. The council, they saw what I did. My loyalty. My willingness to sacrifice my humanity for my prawn wife, for this new order. They made me one of them, an honorary member of the elite caste. You wanted to lead them, Prophet. Christopher's thought echoed, tinged with sorrow. Now, lead their suffering. And Tania, she was my queen. So here we are, Wickus, the Prawn Prophet, and Tania, my queen, rulers, part of the elite. We sit on thrones of scrap metal, overlooking the human labor camps. Our castle is Ponte Tower in Johannesburg. Below us, the others, the new slave caste, the humans who became prawn, their eyes empty, controlled by the hive mind, forced to terraform the planet, to build a new world. My people, humanity, reduced to this. I once reached out to Tania with my prawn claw, holding one of those small, twisted metal flowers I used to make for her in District 9. But she recoiled, just slightly. Her antennae drooped, her unspoken thought flooding into my mind through the hive link. Why did you save me? We're monsters now. And then, there is no us, only them. It's a cruel, twisted story, I know. Not the happy ending I dreamed of in District 10, not going back to my old life with Tania. But we're together, and we're safe, and we're in charge. The price? Humanity, their freedom, their very forms. Was it worth it? I don't know. But the future is prawn. The end. That's the end of the District 10 trilogy. What do you think of how it ended? Did Wickus make the right choice? Let me know in the comments below. If you stuck with the whole trilogy, thank you for listening. Like and subscribe if you want to hear more fireside sci-fi stories. Until next time, stay safe.